In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how you can easily convert CSV files to JSON using the Cloudmersive Document Conversion API in Nintex. To make this demonstration nice and straightforward, we're just going to pull a file from OneDrive and convert it directly to JSON without creating or saving a new document. Starting on the Nintex dashboard in our web browser, let's click Create Workflow to get a new project started. Once we're on the workflow design page, let's click on the Start Event dropdown and select the Component Workflow option. We can now grab our test file from OneDrive. On the left-hand side of the page, let's search OneDrive, and from the list of actions below, let's click and drag the Get a File action into our workflow. From here, we can configure our action by clicking on it. We can now provide our OneDrive credentials if we haven't done that already, and after that, we can select our test file from the File Path field. After we grab our file, we need to store the output in a variable, so let's click on the Store Output dropdown and click Add Variable. We can then name our variable something like CSV file, confirm file as the data type, and click Create to save our variable. We can now select this variable from the Store Output dropdown. At this stage, we can include the Cloudmersive conversion action. To set that up, let's type Cloudmersive into the search bar and then click and drag the CSV to JSON action into our workflow once we find it. Let's now click on it so we can configure our input and output details. If we haven't used this connector before, we'll need to create our connection first, and we can do that by clicking on the Connection dropdown and selecting Add Connection. We can then give our connection a relevant name, like Cloudmersive Document Conversion, and then we can copy and paste our API key from our Cloudmersive account page into the second field. If we don't have an API key currently, we can get one for free with a limit of 800 API calls per month by registering a free account on the Cloudmersive website. With our connection configured, we can now hover over the CSV file to convert field and click Insert. This allows us to grab the CSV file output variable we created previously, so let's go ahead and click Insert on that variable to parse it. Now we can save our eventual JSON output to a variable just like before. Let's click on the Select a Variable dropdown, select Add Variable, and then give our variable a relevant name like JSON string. We can confirm text as the data type, then click Create when we're finished. Finally, we can select our variable from the dropdown. Now we can save and test our flow actions. Let's click Save in the top left corner of the page, and in the pop-up window, let's give our flow a relevant name like CSV to JSON conversion. After that, we can add more details to these fields or leave them blank, and when we're ready, we can click Save to finish that process. Once our workflow finishes saving, let's click Workflow Testing up top, and once Nintex stages our flow, let's click Submit to initiate the test. Nintex will give us updates on our workflow test every 10 seconds, and once this process completes, we should see Completed in the status column for both actions in our workflow. We can now easily save our JSON output in text files and send that data anywhere among our connected applications. With our demo complete, we've reached the end of this video. Stay tuned for more demonstrations of Cloudmersive API connectors on Nintex.